The Monsters Playbook is an adventure podcast for grown-ups. It contains violence and profanity and deals with adult themes that may be uncomfortable for some listeners. Specific content warnings can be found in the episode's show notes. Listener discretion is advised. Welcome to the Monsters Playbook, an actual play Monster of the Week podcast where we appear to be trying our very best to create the least relatable content we can, and I don't actually think we're doing that good a job of it. Like, I may never have been the reluctant scion of a magical crime family, or like host to a potentially world-destroying entity of unimaginable power, or like Mark Clayton, but I've definitely been there. I've felt the way that they've felt. We all have. This week on the cover story, victory, but at what cost? In the fallout of all this business with the Magio, it's time to reassess. The stakes have been raised, and the magnitude of the task before them just keeps getting bigger. But once you've chosen a path, there's only one way to go.
I'm John, and I play Mark Clayton.
I'm Lauren, and I play Kira and Anna Ashwood.
I'm Miah, and I play Theo Nessos.
I'm Johnny, and I play literally everybody else. Let's do what we can with what we have. So, as I recall, Theo, after all of that, you didn't go home.
Yes, Theo would not have gone home. Whose place would be safer, Jano's or Mark's?
I feel like mechanically you guys have like the same haven stuff. Like don't you both have oubliettes? And like
But Mark's is with him. Mine is at Jano's.
Mark technically has what I need when I need it, so it's not a large place. You couldn't go into it.
Didn't you take a haven at one point, John?
I did.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I had like a specific unique place. I think it was just like my house or something like that.
It was like your basement. Yeah.
Yeah, it was literally just like my basement.
You get two things with your haven. Do you know what two things you chose? Do you have your Illustrator file open?
The only thing I can think of was the oubliette. Did I only just pick one?
That sounds like you. Pick another one.
I was going to say the other thing that would be really, really cute is workshop after Jano and Mark. Like,
I love that.
That's cute.
Mark's makes he's like, I'm going to need some room for this stuff.
So, my original question, whose place would be safer, Jano or Mark's? It sounds like Jano's because he has protection spells and the oubliette.
I mean, my place has security that I don't even know how to use, apparently. Oh, wait, did something happen to that we resolved?
Casey helped you set it up.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
So, yeah, Mark's has Casey security. Jano's has your own security.
Theo goes to Jano's place. That's the short answer to this long conversation.
So following all of the excitement at the graveyard, each of you returns to home and to safety, with the exception of Theora. Theo heads to Jano's. Kira goes to her house. Is Anna living with Kira, or is Anna staying at the Clockwork Child?
Well, I think she's staying with Kira, but she would go to the Clockwork Child because she needs to get her leg fucking fixed.
Fair enough.
So she would go there. Lowry, carry me.
Oh, do you want Lowry to stay with you, Kira to stay with you, or both?
At the Clockwork Child?
Yeah.
Let's do both, I guess.
Okay. So I think it's like hospital style. They're both dead asleep in chairs.
Oh, cute.
And Mark and Catrell go home. And then those of you who have dreams have dreams. Give me your pre-mystery rolls.
Premonitions, 11.
And then you still have Boss from Beyond?
Yes, I do. 10.
Kira rolled a 7 for her sect roll. An 11 for Woman with the Plan, so she gets 2 holds. And then Anna rolled for her Divine Providence. She rolled an 8.
For Stars Align, Theo rolled a 6, but I also leveled up last time and decided to take the Searcher move Guardian. I have a mystical ally who perhaps helps and defends you, and we'll figure it out when we get there. I have an idea, but
okay.
I won't surprise you.
So Theo, well, you have a bad feeling. I think you wake up in the middle of the night and it is raining and you just feel nameless dread. Both Anna and Mark have a very content dream. You see the silent deathscape of the Dead Sea, and you hear a voice say, "I am an illogist. I sing the dirge of my kingdom. Now you will sing one for yours. And then you see a bunch of things that you are absolutely sure are happening in two different places. You see a bunch of stars overloading and burning out. You see clouds evaporating in a flash of heat, fields of grasses in the sky sublimating into floating dust as this spreading fire destroys everything and everyone. You see vast glass surfaces first begin to shatter and then melt and then evaporate. You see the riders of the sky outrun. You see dozens of noble, faceless knights melted down into nothing. And in the epicenter, a figure of flame, spreading flame. In both places, there is a figure. And then each place burns out and goes dark, silent, dead. And then you hear another voice whisper, "At last, an ending."
That's cool.
Sounds like a fun time.
I thought so.
I feel like this theme seems a little familiar, guys. I'm sorry, did you say that there was 2 burning figures or just 1?
2.
Okay.
I think Mark wakes up. I hate these dreams sometimes.
I can see the future, but only when it's bad. So then, Mark, I think figuring that you're not going to get much more sleep tonight.
What time is it?
Honestly, I think it's probably 4:15 a.m.
Oh, God. I think Mark's going to survey his room. Anything seem out of place?
Roll read about situation.
11.
How tidy is Mark? Specifically, how often, if at all, would he dust?
So if he was like picking up something and focusing on it and it was dusty, he would wipe it off. But outside of that, I don't think that he dusts very often. He's not used to it.
Well, the first thing that you see is sort of a set of approaching and deepening footprints in the carpet of your room. And then a good amount of sort of ambient dust coalesces and solidifies into like a sort of ethereal outline of Ro.
Like I actually see footprints coming into the room.
Yep.
Ro? I think Mark rubs his eyes like, am I seeing this?
Why don't you look awake?
Because I'm sleeping. Why are you invisible?
No, you're not. I'm talking to you.
Well, now now I'm awake. I just had a vision.
And now is which one?
It's 4 a.m.
I don't know what that means. Listen, I have something that I need for you to do for me on the surface.
Okay. And he's like looking around for his glasses.
Okay.
What do you need?
There is a forge.
Okay.
Held by the Vitalis family. We will need access to it for what's to come. Secure this access.
Oh, okay. What's to come? What's going on?
She looks around suspiciously. I'm afraid I can't talk much about it.
I mean, are we safe?
On whose scale?
Wait, are you just asking me like?
That's what she says.
Oh, okay. Are we in immediate danger? Does this need to happen right now? I just woke up.
Soon, Mark.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Of note, I think with your role was still good enough that you are able to ask her something.
Where do we start looking?
For the forge?
The forge is with the Vitalis family.
And sorry, what did you say we needed to secure? I'm like full in Mark wake up mode.
You're doing method. They have a forge. You'll need access to it. You will secure this access.
I can do this, but I mean, what bars you from doing this?
It's down here.
Okay.
It's held by the Star Stained.
The Star Stained. Okay. We'll get on it. Does she just take off, or is she just kind of lingering?
Yeah, she just will look at you and be like, okay then. And it will like it takes her by surprise that the conversation is over. And then and just a layer of dust will settle in a semicircular area on your carpet.
I think Mark just looks at the pile of dust and then
from another room you'll hear a sleepy, bless you.
I think Mark is going, and then he's going to reach out to Kira. Kira, do you have a second?
Mark will manipulate someone.
8.
Kira, you hear Mark's voice in your head like an alarm clock.
Okay.
Mark, what?
Sorry, did I wake you?
Oh yeah, I think she's like kind of slumped in her chair, probably kind of passed out, and then kind of jolts awake, looks at the clock. Mark, it's 4:15. Of course I'm sleeping. What is it?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. I was planning on sleeping too, but Ro just showed up. She needs me to secure a forge at Vitalis.
A forge from the Vitalis brothers, or the Vitalis family?
I don't know. That's what I think she said. Sorry, I'm tired.
Well, that's Magio people. They're I think Theo's had a couple run-ins with them.
Well, she needs us to secure it because apparently she can't do it. So
Okay.
I asked if we were in danger, and I think we might be. She didn't say exactly, but I have a feeling. So I think it's probably sooner rather than later.
Okay. Is there anything else?
No. No.
You're not gonna share the vision that you had.
I don't think that he's like...
On brand.
He's not... He got a task, and then he's just relaying that task.
Oh my god, okay.
We need to work on that, Mark Clayton.
This is gonna be. It's just gonna be like hanging. Like, okay, bye. It'll hang up the phone and be like, okay, what else would we do? Oh shit.
Okay. I mean, can it wait till the morning?
I mean, I want it to wait till the morning, but I don't know how much time I have for this assignment, quote unquote. So,
Well, what did Rose say? Did she say, like, as soon as possible? Or did she say, like...
basically as soon as possible.
Well, did she say as soon as possible? Or did she say basically as soon as possible?
I think she wants it now.
What were her words, Mark? Is it immediate? Or was it something that she said, like, we can do it soon?
I'm gonna say soon. Let's go to bed when I can actually function. I'm sorry. Goodbye.
Good night. I'll meet you in the morning.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Kira, you hear a mumbly. What was that? Lowry's like stirring and rubbing his eyes. You all right?
Yeah, Mark. That's Mark. Ro contacted him and asked him to get access to something, a forge that the Vitalis family has soon. But we need to take the night to rest up, and we'll look into it in the morning. Do you know anything about this forge?
We doing questions or are we resting up?
Okay, good night.
Then yeah, you go back to sleep. Theo, do you go back to sleep?
No, I think that you said that I woke up with a feeling of dread.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Theo would have insisted on sleeping on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
She would, as quietly as possible, I think, get up and pad over to Yana's room and make sure that he's okay. Is he okay?
Seems fine.
Okay. And then I want to, like, peek out, like, the window and just make sure that, nothing is watching the apartment.
You know what? Roll act under pressure.
7.
So you check his room. He seems fine. You go over to the window and you start looking outside of it. You hear a voice behind you which absolutely makes you jump. It is early.
Ah!
Mi spiace.
Sorry. Did I wake you up?
Yano is fitful sleeper. What is it?
It must have been some thunder that woke me up. I don't see anybody outside, Johnny.
Roll read about the situation.
12. Advance move.
Okay. So with that roll, I think you can tell you see like precisely one car sort of like moseying down the rainy streets.
Mm-hmm.
All the rest are just sort of parked in a row as they always would be. Yeah, nothing, absolutely nothing is out of the ordinary currently.
Okay. I'm sorry I woke you up.
Bah. I can sleep tactically. Coffee?
No, I think I'm actually gonna try and go back to sleep. I'm guessing, Johnny, it's like 4-ish in the morning.
His shoulders do a little shrug and he has like kind of a little half frown as if to say, well, if that's what you want to do. And then walks back into his room.
Okay, I want to just double check the locks on the door.
Okay.
And then could I take out a piece of like purple chalk and just draw a symbol? I don't know necessarily protection, but just like, no, I want to draw like a rune on this door that like if the door opens or like, gets broken.
An alarm spell?
Yeah, an alarm.
Okay. We'll use magic.
9.
Pick a glitch.
I'm gonna do the effect is weakened. She's trying not to use magicka, and she's using chalk instead of like blood or whatever.
I think you're also drowsy and you're trying to do it quickly. So you probably cut a couple of corners. Literally.
And Theo will curl up back in the couch, facing the couch cushion, and just like pulls the blanket up close and tries to go back to sleep.
Okay. Somewhere off in the sky, a star twinkles. I think with the possible exception of Mark and Anna, Anna is still in recovery and Mark is distracted. Those two might be sleeping fitfully, but the rest of you sleep okay. I will remind you to erase any harm that you had from the previous mystery. Anna, here's what's going to happen with your leg.
Amputation.
Well, I think it's too soon after the Mark fix. It hasn't recharged fully, so the ritual couldn't entirely be done. And Ramsey did some like extra sort of herbal measures, so you will have poultice of various pounded wet herbs on your leg. So the power's not all the way back. So it is knit together, and there is yet some healing magic going on. But any kick some ass roll that would involve you running up to somebody, or any act under pressure roll that would involve you moving with your legs, will be -1 for the foreseeable.
Cool. Anna like kind of gets up in the morning and she's like laying down on this like bed in the Clockwork Child, and she just like puts her hand on her head, kind of is pouting, and then she like, hey, Larry, you up?
Roll manipulate someone.
9.
What?
So my leg is still gonna take some time to fix.
I thought your boss was magic.
He is, they are, but magic requires it's energy just like anything else, and if it's not fully replenished, then you kind of have to deal with what you have. And we use this tapestry thing, and she kind of points up to it's tapestry, right?
Mural.
She pulls up to the mural and is like, this mural is been used not too long ago, and I guess its magic is not totally recharged. That's a pretty stupid thing I did, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. He's like sitting up and leaning forward. Why do you do that?
Honestly, I don't really know. I mean, I'm kind of just a reckless person in general, but I've also never really had to care about. Nobody's really cared what's been happening to me before. If I got hurt, it was fine. I'm good with getting hurt. That's what I kind of do. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that I've never had to worry about the consequences before, or that other people care.
Well, now they do.
Yeah.
So he breaks eye contact.
Sorry, I worried you. I'm sorry, I'm stupid and reckless and me.
Whatever. Body's like coffee, right? Should we have some of that?
Yeah, coffee's good.
He's gonna go, hey, and like shake Kira awake, even though she was almost certainly awake already and listening to this whole thing. Mm-hmm. And then look back to Anna and be like, where do they keep it? And also, what does it look like? And also, how do you make it?
And I think Anna like kind of maneuvers to like try to like get up and starts like walking. It's over this way. Ow.
Roll act under pressure. Subtract 1.
12 advance move.
God damn it.
Gets up. Hey, this is working pretty well.
Ow. Yeah, she's like, ow, but she just kind of keeps going. She just fights through the pain.
Yeah, she just like fully hops down off of the sort of makeshift operating table and then just very confidently walks past into the cupboard area. But then as we follow her into the pantry, she's going, ow, 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 ow.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. This is the coffee right here.
Looks like dirt.
Yeah, you actually kind of have to ground it up so that it looks like dirt first. So, but we like to use fresh ground coffee. So, we usually have to. But this.
He'll pick one up and be like, "You drink the peanuts? Do we juice them?"
They're not peanuts. Oh my God, Lowry, you're special. Okay, I guess we kind of juice them. You put them with really intense heat, and it drips into this thing.
Oh, you melt them?
Kinda. It excretes stuff.
You're very bad at explaining things. Show me.
Hey, okay. Yeah, she will make some coffee for everybody.
Mark.
Hello, sunshine. Mark gets up.
It says hello, sunshine to just the sunshine.
The sunshine. Yeah, you walk out into the living room And Catrell is standing facing the window with a bowl of cereal in her hand, and she sees you and she looks back out the window and goes, "It rained. Crunch, crunch."
So I think Mark looks over at Catriel with just crazy hair and then looks back to go feed Lariat.
Okay.
And then, he goes over to his freezer, opens that up, pulls out these freeze-dried mice or whatever, and then, or not freeze-dried, just frozen mice, warms it up, and then gives it to the bird.
Then Mark's phone rings.
Mark looks at his phone. Who is it?
How do you have your mom in your phone?
Mom. It's literally just mom.
Yeah, it's your mom.
Hey, Catriel, I'm going to be a minute. Oh, be right back. I think Mark goes down to the basement. Take the call.
Careful of the rain. Chomp, chomp. So Mark goes down to the basement, picks up the phone.
Hello?
Mark, what? You're okay?
Mark looks at himself. I think so. What's up?
I have a feeling something happened last night.
I mean, yeah, I didn't get very much sleep last night. What do you think happened? What made you draw that conclusion? Why do you think something's wrong? What's going on?
I've kind of been fielding phone calls all morning. Something shifted in the fabric of all magic.
Oh.
Oh no.
Okay, that's not good.
Well, magic is neither good nor evil, but that's neither here nor there. Point is, did anything happen to your magic? Are you...
Mark, makes fire with his hand, or tries to.
We'll use magic.
12.
Okay. Yeah, you snap, and as lighting a lighter, there's a little candle flame above your thumbs up thumb.
Everything seems to be working on my end. Is there something that's not working on your end?
No, it's not... I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's like the,
Do you want me to come over?
No, you don't... No, it's not like that.
I mean, I can. It's fine. Okay.
You could.
I mean, I haven't seen you in a while. It'd be good to see you, but we should. I mean, if we think this is an issue, we should probably.
If you're not too busy, if there's not, you have work and you have your friends, you have a lot of kind of going on.
I'll just come over. It's fine. I'll be over there in a little bit.
Oh no, don't even. You don't have to worry about me.
Already on my way. Click. Mark walks upstairs and just tells Catriel, "Hey, Catriel, I have to go see my mom for a little bit. I'll be back in a little while. But first, I'm going to go fix this." And he points up at his hair. Wait, does he have hair? And then I think I'm going to head over. Do you need anything?
He'll just point at the cereal bowl.
Gotcha. And he grabs a cereal box and throws it over to her.
Will you go to pick up the cereal box? It is empty.
She says she needs more.
I see.
Here you go. Thanks for the empty box.
The empty box bounces off her oblivious face.
I just hear a little thunk.
You throw it to her and then turn to walk away. Do not see that she does not catch it. And then she watches her eyes narrow, confused, while she chews, and you walk out the door.
Can I have noticed that and I'll be I'll get you some cereal on my way over.
Yes.
Just to redact that a little bit, I'm going to pick up the box, just about to throw it to her, and then realize, oh, there's no cereal in here. I'll pick up some in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah. Mark is on his bike on his way to his mom's.
Oh, that's sweet. You're going to go there in human space?
I was going to say, you wouldn't just teleport?
No, I'm just going to be a normal human. I'm pretty accustomed to it now.
All right, Theo, you are waking up naturally. I think I'm gonna. It's now 8 a.m. It's an early day, but it's an appropriate time to be up. What are you doing?
I'm guessing Yano has been up.
Oh yeah.
I think Theo's gonna go just into the bathroom and take a shower and just assess everything. I kind of imagine the shower's running and the mirror's starting to fog up, and Theo's looking at herself in the mirror. Can I reach out and just touch the magicka? I guess it's still there. It's just finite.
What are you trying to do? Let's have you open your third eye and roll read a bad situation.
10.
Okay. Ask 4 questions.
Can I tell how much magicka is out there in the world?
I mean, a lot, which based on what you know now bothers you.
Mm-hmm.
And also you can tell that it's ooh, this is pretty mercenary way to put it. You can tell that it is of varying degrees of quality. The inference that Theo is making here is that some of it came from Magio souls.
Yeah.
And some of it just came from people.
This is a weird question, and maybe this is just a me question, but like, how is Theo, like, more so like magically? Like, after having had done what she did, is her magic like still intact? Is there any fractures? How healthy?
I think that answer is, I think, a little complicated because
I'm under the slight impression that Theo kind of gets her magic from a number of places.
the way I want to answer that question, 2 days ago, you had like a chisel or a chef's knife, and now you have a really horrifying looking dagger. That's the way your opinion of at least this kind of magic has shifted. It used to feel like a tool. Now it feels like a weapon.
Did I say anything invisible?
You can see all the protective spells you've put on Yano's apartment so far.
Is there any magic that's like lingering on me, like from going to Hades?
Yeah.
Care to elaborate on that?
There's sort of a passive aura. It doesn't appear to be infecting you in any way, but it is like anyone with the eyes to see would be able to tell that you'd been there.
I think Theo like shivers a little bit at that thought, that knowledge. I wonder if you would be willing to answer this last question. Being that Theo had ended the production or reproduction of Magicka, what Theo wants to do most is like avoid her family. But I think I know the answer, but like what would be the best course of action with what had happened and dealing with the Magio and her family?
Well, I can't tell you what should I do. That's not a read a bad situation question, even for me.
If you wanted to ask, like, how do I avoid my family, that's a different question.
I will tell you that the single best thing that you can do to avoid detection by your family is to not leave this apartment.
Okay.
The better thing that you could do is shut yourself in the oubliette that you've just finished setting up.
Clarifying question. Anna had done that spell, and I had casted, I think, a spell on the bracelet that used to be Mark's to hide myself from the Magio and my family.
Mm-hmm.
Would that help outside of the apartment? Or no? I guess it wouldn't be as strong.
For a time, yeah.
Okay, so it's like a temporary cloaking.
Yeah, it won't be as good as staying in the apartment. Plus, if somebody just sees you on the street, they see you on the street.
True. Okay, yeah, I think Theo's just gonna then shower and try to wash away the night before and come, get dressed and all those things. Maybe as politely as possible, try and find breakfast in Yano's kitchen.
Roll manipulate someone.
12. Advanced move.
I think when you come out, there is already a plate of breakfast waiting for you.
What did he bake?
He's a simple guy. I think it's slabs of ham and scrambled eggs, some buttered toast.
Oh, you didn't have to do that?
It's all made at once.
Well, I appreciate it. I feel like I'm invading your space.
He takes a big bite of the ham and goes, "It's thanks to you I have this space. Eat. You're making me hungry."
Yeah, they would be quiet and dig in. I think she will realize that she's a lot hungrier than she thought she was, and I think will practically wolf the food down.
Cut to everybody drinking coffee at the Clockwork Child, Lincoln Ramsey included, and Lowry drinking it much faster than everybody. It's weird. It's like the body really likes it, but I don't.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And just like kind of tips up his cup. Yep. Keep drinking.
Why do I feel faster?
Oh boy. I should say I had a little bit of a dream last night that is pretty troublesome. We may have a big storm coming. I think she'll kind of describe what her vision was. Yeah, and then it ended with at last an ending. And I don't know, some of the things that I saw kind of made me think of that song that Jazz told us or sang to us. I'm wondering if we could, if we need to look back at the lyrics, see if there's something there that maybe would help us. But we might want to get in touch with Mark and Theo. And then I think Kira turns to Lowry. So do you know the Vitalis Forge that Ro is after?
Vitalis.
Yeah, that's what they said. The forge was owned by the Vitalis. They had it.
Aren't they Magio, those gunslingers?
Yeah, well, to my knowledge, kind of like magical weapons dealers.
Well, I suppose it makes sense that they can make weapons.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And Ro gave Mark a job.
Uh-huh. He seemed pretty spooked about it.
I should get back to him. Do you know where he went?
I don't. I told him we'd get in contact with him in the morning. I don't know where he is right now. I would assume at his house.
Well, it's morning. Can we get in contact with him?
Yeah. Let me get him on the phone, I guess. Kira will dial Mark's number and put him on speaker.
Mark, the definitely Bluetooth speaker that you definitely have in your motorcycle helmet starts to beep that you're getting a phone call.
Oh, so high tech.
Hello?
Hey, Mark, I've got Lowry here. We were just wondering if we should meet you somewhere or what we want to do.
I'm kind of on my way over to my mom's right now.
Okay.
She said something magical was going on. I'm not quite sure exactly what that means yet, but said that kind of the fabric of Magicka in general has had a hiccup, so I'm going to check it out.
Kira, Lowry pulls the phone away from your ear and says, "Do you need us to meet you?"
I don't know yet, but my mom sounded pretty spooked, so she doesn't usually call me like this, so I'm going to check it out.
Should we come meet you there, or want to regroup back here, or dawnbreak?
I mean, that probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
Which one?
Coming to my mom's place.
Okay.
Got it.
We'll be there in a little bit. Is Theo with you?
No. I haven't heard from her today.
Oh, I think she went to Yano's. I'll give her a call.
All right. See you guys in a little bit.
Yeah, Kira will call Theo next.
Theo, your phone will ring, your Kira ring.
Oh, hey.
Hi. So
How are you?
good. Just hanging out here with Lowry and Anna, and
How is Anna? Is she okay?
yeah, she's just nursing a little bit of a wound, but she's leg is it's more or less fixed. She's just gonna be hobbling around for a little bit.
Maybe I can help again later?
I don't know. It might just take one of those things. It might just take some time. But we just talked to Mark. Sounds like he's going to his mom's. His mom was called him worried, said something shifted with magic. Maybe she can sense that Magicka is something happened. I don't know.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense.
Mark is going there. We're going to go group up with him too. Anna had a vision that's got her kind of spooked. We can pick you up if you want to come with us.
Theo's gonna look across the island at Yano.
I've got a ride.
Okay.
Where should I meet you?
Mark's mom's? I can text you the address.
Yeah, I've never been there before.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, no, I'll send it to you right now. And she'll send it over. All right, well, I'll see you there in 20 minutes.
Yeah, I'll see you there as long as traffic's not bad.
Okay. Sounds good. We'll see you in a bit.
Right.
All right. And then I think Anna is uncharacteristically, she's scanning through some of the books that they have at the Clockwork Child, trying to see if maybe there's anything, because her mind is stuck on that song. And I think she's trying to find if there's any literature on how to create your own spell.
Well, two things.
Mm-hmm.
Anna, roll investigate a mystery. And Kira, for reasons that I don't care to disclose yet, also roll investigate a mystery.
7.
For Anna.
Yeah. For Kira. God damn it, Kira. 10.
Damn it, Kira.
Such a smarty pants. I don't know if this helps Johnny, but Anna also does have a move. I don't know if it would apply here, but she also has a move called Novice Polymath.
Mm-hmm.
So when you consult your notes and books of study, you roll plus sharp. On a hit, the keeper will tell you a useful and specific piece of advice you found in your studies.
Okay. Well, then that's what you're doing. So that's technically a hit.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to make this up as I go because I think it will take me someplace interesting.
Okay. Excited to go on this journey.
Because it is still technically a mixed success, I want it to be sort of inscrutably written by someone with a flair for the theory, highfalutin kind of magical philosophist, sophistry. Creating a spell has 3 phases: mind, body, and soul. The mind phase is essentially conceptualizing the spell. I mean, depending on the complexity of it, it can take days of literal concentrated thought to envision and sort of make it exist and fully form the idea of it in your mind. The body phase is essentially making it physical, which usually involves deciding on and assembling the components. And that involves figuring out which things in the physical world will adequately sub in or summon whatever it is that you want the thing from the concept of your spell to do or contain or be. And then the soul phase is the phase in which you basically etch it into the spell book. And that also takes time, and it also takes energy, and it also will take vitality ? It's an exhausting process to commit it to paper. So yeah, the basically the idea as it's put down by this person whomst you are reading, who it pleases me to decide is a man named Al Persona, is that in the 3 phases, you are to essentially, in the mind phase, you create an intention. In the body phase, you create a path for that intention. And in the soul phase, you create a vessel for that intention.
You know, for somebody who's coming up with this on the fly, you're doing a remarkable job.
Sounds like it kind of makes sense though, huh?
Yeah. Intention, path, vessel. Got it. Is there anything in these books about like what sort of limits there are to spells or like that kind of stuff? Like, is it really kind of like the sky's the limit? If you can conceive it, you can.
If you can believe it, you can dream it.
Yeah.
I think there's schools of thought. It's just like,
I assume depending on the complexity of the spell, the more it would require in all of these stages to actually like do each.
Yeah. And I mean, like, literally imagine if magic was real and people could write about it, how many different opinions there would be. I think there are some people who think that there are certain barriers of complexity and reality altering that should not be crossed because it's a bad idea.
It's more moral, but not necessarily.
There are some people who think, no, those things are actually impossible. And whether they actually believe that or not, or are just trying to scare you away is a matter of debate. I think there's people who are like, you know, hashtag free speech. Like, if God didn't want me to do it, then he wouldn't have made breaking his laws so easy.
Oh my God. Yeah. With that knowledge in hand, Anna's gonna take like a Post-it note, I think, and kind of jot down like the main little parts of it and just gonna paste it in somewhere in the spell book so that she's got that handy. And yeah, then I think she'll be like, okay, I think I don't even know what sort of spell we might want to do here, but we've got a blueprint.
Okay.
And then we'll hop into the car to go to Mark's mama's house.
On the way.
Ooh, yeah. I was gonna say Kira might want to actually call somebody, but
well, if that's what's occupying Kira's mind right now, then that's what Kira does.
okay. I was gonna say she might call Tommy.
Okay. He'll answer the phone and be like,
Hey.
A voice in the background.
Good morning, Nick and Tommy.
Well, it's a good morning for one of us.
Yeah. Hey, you've told me you've worked with you've crossed paths with the Vitalis brothers before, right?
Yeah.
Might want your insight here. We're supposed to apparently get access to a forge that they have access to. Do you know anything about this forge? Any gaps you can fill in? Kind of lost in the dark here.
Roll investigate a mystery.
12 advanced move.
Goddamn.
I mean, I guess if you can get them to make you an apprentice, that would do it. That forges their whole livelihood. Well, not all of it, but, you know, it's their unique selling proposition. Trade secret.
How long have they been in possession of this forge? Did they make it, or was it something that they found?
Well, I mean, I've never seen the forge, but I know the rumors. The Vitalis family, like all the families, are old, and it would have come with them from the old country.
What sorts of things can they make with it?
We haven't seen anything that they can't make. At least to hear them talk about it. The only limit is the money and the materials.
Okay. Well, any people that work for them that maybe could be a target or easy to manipulate? Just need some sort of in, unless we want to start a fight with the Vitalis family, which I don't know if that's really the path.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, generally try to avoid pissing off magical families. One's enough.
What are you asking?
Is there anybody within the Vitalis ranks who would be easy to manipulate, could maybe be more pliant than others to cooperate with us? I only know of the brothers, and I don't know if there's any in there. I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, they have like I don't know, it's hard to tell what he did there. Sort of general assistant, maybe clerk. Scrawny kid, his name was Eric.
Okay, well, we're gonna go check it out. Try to figure out if there's a way we can't talk to them. Also, apparently something weird with magic has shifted. Just a heads up in case Nick hasn't already felt it, but thinking it maybe has to do with the fact that we sort of shut down Magica production. So that's a thing. Things are brewing.
I'll say. Big night.
I don't even know the half of it.
That would explain. Nick hasn't been hungover like this in years.
Really? He hasn't used Magica, though. Why would he be hungover from that? Is it that big of a shift?
Could be.
All right, well, I'll catch up with you later, but we're going to head over to Mark's mom's house and figure out what's going on, and I'll call you if I need you.
All right, I'll see you. Have a good day.
Is Tommy okay?
What I'm trying to do here is trying to find a phrase for him to say that will remind you of something.
Okay.
And make a connection in your mind, which you've already rolled for.
Okay. What is that connection?
There's another singer that you had encountered that only you had encountered.
Roger.
One Roger Sand. And if Anna described the way his voice sounded, it would have sounded quite a lot like Roger's indeed.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love you. It just reminded me of something. Okay, I gotta go.
I love you too. Bye.
Johnny, may I ask a question?
You may.
As Theo and Yano are headed to Yano's car, does Theo have any missed calls or text messages?
Yes. Lots.
Great. From who?
The twins. I think the twins called you probably a dozen times. I think Deacon sent exactly 2 texts. One that says WTF ? And one that says Dad's pissed. The twins have tried to call a bunch. Your mom has tried to call a couple of times.
I'm going to text my mom back and say, hope you are all right. I'm okay.
What is your intention with this text?
Just to check and make sure that my mom is all right and to let her know that I'm okay. Because last time I saw her, she hurried
her to
Mark
run,
and
basically.
out of the house. And I don't know, I kind of wanted to put her at ease. I mean, if anybody from the family, I guess I maybe trust her the most. And that's a strong maybe.
Roll and manipulate someone.
11.
Okay. Then you will get a text back that says stay away from the house for a while.
I'll just respond with okay.
You'll get 2 more texts from the twins.
What does it say?
One says, was that you? And the other says, who texted mother?
I'm not responding.
Okay. All right. I think, Mark will pull up first.
Do I notice anything odd outside? Like out of place? I see the other Mark.
Not here. I think Christmas decorations are still up. Not many, but...
Okay. Sus. Mark walks.
We still have our own Christmas decorations up, babe.
I know, I'm sus of us too. So I think Mark walks up to the front door, locks his helmet to his motorcycle, and walks up to the front door to say hi to Mom.
Okay. I think you get one knock in on the door and then it throws open and you are dragged in for a quick, tight hug with your mother, who's like, oh, goodness. And then she
hello.
Then she pulls you out and has both of her hands still on your shoulders and is inspecting you. Okay. Okay.
Are you okay?
Sorry, I'm a little jumpy.
Why? What's going on?
It's just, I just have such a bad feeling.
Well, I've got my friends on alert now just to make sure that everything's okay, and they're checking some stuff, and then they're on their way here just to make sure that we've got support for whatever this is.
Other Mark walks into view from the kitchen and he has a little mug and he's like, you should come in. She's making her worried tea.
How's it going? Long time no see.
You cut your hair.
You could say that. How have you been?
Less terrified since the last time I saw you.
Mark laughs a little bit. It's good. That's good. We're making progress. Good to see you. And he taps him on the shoulder.
And then he gestures at you with the mug and he's like, I'm serious about this stuff, man. When she's worried, she breaks out the good honey.
Mind if I? And I look at my mom.
She just nods swiftly a couple of times. It would make me feel better.
I just imagine Mark taking the tea and it's it's cold and he just sticks a finger in the cup.
Does it taste good?
It tastes fantastic. It's it's got some sort of cardamom-y warmth, but also just a hint of lemony freshness. And then, the honey is real good. It's got just a sort of subtle wisp of vanilla and something that just tastes pleasantly purple.
Wow, this is really good. I might have to get the recipe for this.
All it takes is to make Mom get worried. And he gets a gentle cuff on the shoulder. You've activated your friends and my friends are pretty activated as well. The phone tree is going crazy. I'm hearing from people I haven't heard from for 15 years.
So, has anyone told you where the source of this came from? Or do they have any leads?
Imagine a fish swimming in the ocean. Somewhere in the ocean, a boulder is dropped. The ripples from that impact will affect all of those fish. The origin is, we're looking. It's just a feeling.
My question to you is it for the better or the worse?
She reaches up as if to maybe touch something near the ceiling or perhaps test the direction of the wind. And she just says, it's frightened.
The Magica?
Magica? The Magio. Your girl, friend. Your friend, the girl.
My girlfriend, yes.
Oh,
wait. I thought you did you know? Did I tell you?
I don't think you've used the word.
Oh yes. No, we kind of made it official.
That's good. That's very good. She tries very hard not to look at other Mark.
Is other Mark still in the room just witnessing all this happening?
Yep, he's just drinking some tea and not having a girlfriend.
Oof. Yeah, we decided to make it official, and her mom knows about it.
And
she approves. Mark nods and just kind of blankly stares I think.
I was going to say, does she?
Under normal circumstances, I'd love to meet her.
Under normal circumstances.
But we don't have a lot of those, do we, Mark?
It's been a while since I've chatted with you, and some things have changed. Do you mind if we talk privately for a little bit? And I think Mark just looks over at the other Mark and just smiles a little bit.
Other Mark takes the mug away from his mouth and just a stream of tea pours back into it. He's oh, you mean me?
Sorry.
Roll manipulate someone.
7.
So now, is this I'm keeping secrets from myself?
I don't know where to put that.
Why can't I be here?
Well, maybe, I don't know. This is just new information. So just letting mom have her space,
From you specifically.
I think your mom is going to go, it's fine, and turn to other Mark and say, it's fine, and then turn back to you and say, I'm fine.
Everything's fine. All right.
He'll stay, and he'll retake that initial sip of tea.
Okay. So besides Theo, something else has occurred.
We can, if you don't want to word this out, we can shorthand it. Otherwise, I want to know what you say.
There. Are you aware of there?
The other side.
Mm-hmm. Well, I found out recently that I'm a prince of the sky.
A prince of there.
Prince of the sky.
A prince, of course, prince of the sky.
And I report to Ro, who is king of the sky. And fun fact, on top of this fun fact, my brother is actually on his way here too.
I think in unison, she and other Mark go, your brother, and a car pulls up outside.
I will say it's a little complicated. He hasn't manifested himself very well in this reality, so he's on kind of a weird timeline. He's got to just meet him first, and then we'll talk.
Oh, he's here now.
Yeah, he was one of the people that he was part of the group that I had come with.
Okay, I don't have anything to serve anyone.
I mean, no. It's fine. There's no need. We came because there was a situation, and we just wanted to check in.
I think other Mark will go, Mom, I'm on it, and he'll get up and head into the pantry, and the doorbell will ring, and she'll kind of give you a look and go and answer the door.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Let me go get my friends. I think Mark runs over to the door. Hey guys.
It is Kira, Anna, and Lowry.
This is Kira. One of my good friends.
We've met.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Oh,
Kira.
Buddy, you're so nervous.
Anna and
I think I'm the new one.
Yes, you are.
And Lowry will sort of step into the entryway.
Mom, this is my brother, Lowry. She's what is going through her head?
She's looking back and forth between you and Lowry and Kira and Anna, and then looking Lowry up and down and being like, am I?
This is new for me too. I mean, kind of new. We've kind of known each other for a while.
All of this is new for me, too, says Lowry. Your home smells amazing.
Oh, might be this tea here. Try this.
He'll like sort of accept it and take a sip and then go away for a second.
Yeah, apparently we fought together in a war a long time ago, and we kind of lost track of each other. My original name apparently was McCormick.
You came back with us. And then she looks at Lowry and she's like, and he left you behind. I stole him from you. And Lowry holds up his hands like, it didn't feel like that to me, ma'am. It was, we have a thing there about roles and destiny. It's fine. Lowry's uncomfortable.
So, I mean, we met up, and I just felt like I needed to bring him back, so I brought him. I did my best to try and bring him back here, get him out of where he was. Not to say that you didn't have what you wanted there. I just, I wanted to know my brother, I think Mark gulps.
I think Lowry will point at his empty mug and go, is there more of this?
Oh no, he's a caffeine addict. He's had coffee and tea within like an hour.
I don't know. I feel like Mark's mom is a caffeine-free tea person.
This is certainly caffeine-free. This is herbal tea. So they want to cut a few minutes ahead. You guys have made another pot of tea, given her the basic gist of Lowry's whole deal, his connection to Anna. I think the fact that his body only has maybe 24 hours left.
No.
And then there's another knock at the door.
Did you have guests that were showing up, Mom?
You know Theo's coming.
Yeah, Lowry's gonna look around and be like, it's your girlfriend, stupid.
Oh, right. 1 second, Mark trips over the coffee table when he gets up off the couch.
Mark, roll act under pressure.
9.
All right. Yeah, it happens like that. It's like a Dick Van Dyke accident fest where you trip over the coffee table and then you're bouncing on one leg and then you go over the arm of a chair, but then catch yourself on something. You're like, I'm doing it. It is remarkable that you don't fall over. And he slams into the door. So you, Theo, and Yano on the other side of this door that you've just knocked on hear a thump.
Hello?
I almost feel like Theo and Yano exchange glances, and Yano pulls off his gun. And Theo,
he definitely reaches towards it.
Theo readies her hands with lightning,
and then the door opens.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Mom, this is Yano, and Theo. I told her we're together.
Theo, it feels remarkably like you are walking into a dinner, sort of brunch house party already in progress. Everyone is seated, everyone has tea, a few people maybe have some snack plates.
This isn't awkward. Theo shakes away the lightning that she had called up. Is everything okay?
Yano lets go of his gun and smooths his hair down, stands up a little straighter.
I think everyone's standing there for a brief moment and just silence. Let me grab you some tea. We made some in the other room here. 1 second. Mark runs off.
Okay. Theo will bring Yano in and close the door behind us. And Theo will almost pull at the end of her skirt to,
modestize it.
Yeah.
Okay, I think Mark comes back with the tea. Here you go, guys. Make yourselves at home.
Can we sit?
Yeah, right here on these chairs.
I think you had been sitting around basically the kitchen table, and there are fully not enough chairs.
So I think Mark goes, yeah, we
Kira gets up. You can sit here. We have some stuff to talk about anyway.
Yes, we do. So my mom gave me a call this morning and said that there were some disturbances in magic, and it is kind of rippling throughout everyone that she knows. So
that makes sense. Kind of to be expected.
I mean, given what we did last night. You told her?
I haven't told her about that yet.
Oh.
That's partially the reason I called you guys, to explain.
Theo fills her mouth with tea as to that she cannot talk.
Okay, then I guess I'll talk, Kira says. We went to Hades last night and destroyed an ancestor of the Nessos family that severed their connection to make more magicka.
Apparently, they were harvesting their own to basically make magicka.
Whatever magicka currently exists is still there, but no more.
The family is not thrilled about it, and I think Mark glances over at Theo, and so we're keeping our distance right now. And they also found out that I'm Sky King, so we're
Well, just my mom knows.
just her mom, nobody else. That could
Well,
be-
Deacon might know.
What?
He might know.
What?
I mean, have you told would Deacon know? Like, because he's crossed our paths a couple times.
But he doesn't know that I'm Prince.
He might know about the armor. He might know about the sword, but I don't know that he would know
Connect
their
the
origin.
dots.
Yeah. Deacon might know. We're not.
He's
unclear.
more muscle than brains.
So that's we're thinking that might be potentially causing this ripple.
Also, Anna speaks up. I had a vision.
Great.
Kind of felt end of the world.
Oh, funny, me too.
When does it not?
Go on, explain.
Well, I had a vision of the Sea Kingdom, what we know it to be, this barren place, and there was somebody singing. They said that they were an elogist and that he'd sing the dirge of his king. He was the dirge of his kingdom, and then he said that now you will sing one for yours.
I think Mark completes your sentence. You had the same dream as me.
Yeah. And then everything burned up. The whole sky, everything. There was 2 burning figures. Kind of gave me Ember vibes or Oscar vibes. And at the end, the figures said at last, an ending.
The same figure?
I don't know. It was two. There was 2 figures. I don't know if it was the same. Could I tell in the vision if it was the same, Johnny? Or if it was just one of them that said that?
No, that you couldn't tell.
I don't know if it was the same figure just twice or if it was 2 separate entities, but that's what I saw. And then I think Kira speaks up. Well, I think I know who the voice belongs to. When I was at the Sea Kingdom by myself that one time, I saw a man, said he really didn't have a name, but he came up with one on the spot. He called himself Roger Sand. And he was singing a song. It sounded a lot like how you described the person that you heard. I don't know who he was, but he wasn't quite alive, wasn't quite dead, something in between.
What sort of a song, Samantha?
It was a shanty talking about the Sea Kingdom and kind of what I assume was its end, how it died. Or could I roll to see how much Kira remembers?
Do that. Roll Investigate a Mystery.
She rolled a 10.
So yes, it does appear to be a sort of at-once origin story for each of the kingdoms of there, and then a death song about in mourning of the Sea Kingdom and how it died.
And Kira kind of just talks about it, and she'll say, more or less it was a song about how each of the kingdoms got their start, and then ultimately how the Sea Kingdom died. I think she's like racking her memory. There was some mention about the Reaper, which we came across the Reaper before, right? Wasn't that with the Deacon's whole deal?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got rid of him.
Yeah, it talked about how led to me and the Reaper, I was its keeper, and the first victim of its grim wrath. So I don't know exactly what the deal is, but if this is the same person that we saw in the vision, then I think we need to figure out exactly who this Roger Sand person is.
So are you saying go back to the sea?
Not yet, but we might need to eventually. If we can find out who this guy is and how to make sure that we don't have the nuclear bomb go off again.
Now this might be a touchy subject, but speaking of burning up, Kira, have you tried speaking to Ember?
Well, I was waiting for the insight device to be done, which, if I'm right, it should be about ready now. Might be a good time to try talking to her. We can do that. But, Mark, wasn't there also something about the Vitalis family we used to talk about?
Yes.
There's so many things going on.
We need to find this forge and secure it.
Wait, you want to go to the Vitalis family?
Ro gave me a task.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Your king gave you this mission to purchase weapons from the brothers Vitalis.
I don't think it was purchased. I think it was take it.
Gain access.
That's worse. Like, you know that they're part of the Magio.
I know. Didn't dawn on me at 4 a.m. this morning, but Ro showed up in my bedroom this morning and told me that I needed to do this.
What does she want the weapons for, or the forge for? I assume to make weapons, but has she said anything about what fight she's fighting?
She hasn't told me anything. I asked if we were in danger, and she said, on your level or my level.
Well, that seems a little condescending. But I guess I get what she gets.
Ro operates a certain, yeah. I just told her I'm going to bed, but I will deal with this as soon as I wake up. So now I'm awake.
I'm going to go back to Dawnbreak and try to talk to Ember. That seems like a crisis that I can maybe look into, not on my own, but I can deal with that. I don't know what we want to do about the Vitalis family. Maybe we need to figure out if this is really a path we want to go down. We should figure out the best way in. I talked to Tommy. He said that there was a scrawny clerk that they had in their employ named Eric, who maybe would be easy to appease, could get us inside. I don't know. That might be an in, but
I don't know.
I think we start there because I don't know I agree. I don't think we can just walk through the door.
How do you...
What's up?
What?
This is like playing with fire, going to the Vitalis. Like, you're talking about stealing what makes them them. Like, you're going to start a war. Ro is starting a war.
To be clear, Ro didn't ask you to steal it. She just said to gain access, right?
I mean, I can ask again, just to clarify.
Maybe there's a world where we can gain access without having to have any bodies pile up.
I mean, they're not going to just let you use it.
Mom, do you mind if I call another person in here right now?
You mean on the phone? Or with your mind thing?
No. King of Sky.
Here. She like smooths down her skirt.
It's fine. She thinks here is weird, so we're good.
Well, I think there is weird.
It is.
Mark laughs a little bit, and then Mark reaches out telepathically. Ro, do you have a moment? We're all here together to do this task.
Roll manipulate someone.
Double sixes. Boom.
Honestly, I think what happens, Mark, is you're like sort of making this thing, reaching out, and you reach a hand to sort of lean on the table and tip over an entire cup of tea that spills out into this circle that starts to shimmer.
Ah, shoot.
And everyone kind of stands up like, whoa! But then as it shimmers, the light reflections knit themselves together into a sort of reflection of the Sky King.
So I go, oh, whoa. Well, that was an entrance.
Of sorts. You needed something?
Yes. About what you contacted me about earlier. Do you need us to take this? Do you need us to just gain access to it?
Believe I said access. We'll need it. We'll need to be able to use it once.
Okay. I just don't want to start a war. Okay. Yeah.
Well, we're going to use it in the war.
What are you trying to make in it?
The war against what? I think like Mark's just like, wait.
Mark, roll manipulate someone to stop her from talking.
14.
Okay.
Sorry.
Theos used to be told not saying anything.
No, I'm sorry.
I think with that roll, it's different from Mark.
Yeah.
It doesn't come off as he doesn't want to hear from you. He's scared. I'm putting words in your mouth here a little bit, Mark.
Oh,
but I think
100%. I think he's like, it's different, Ro.
Right. Like, I'm worried about saying the wrong thing myself.
Mm-hmm.
You were saying?
What war? What are we fighting? Who's in danger here? What's going on?
Which one is now? If you don't know, then I must not have told you. And if I haven't told you, then I probably didn't tell you on purpose. And she looks around from person to person and then kind of goes, right. Look, I'm just saying you'll need access to it.
I think Mark just kind of like steps back a little bit. Okay.
Figure out who gets access to it and then make yourself one of those people. I understand it takes money. Maybe go get yourself some money.
We'll get it done. I think Mark nods.
I know. And then all the tea on the table evaporates into a delicious smelling smoke.
Hello. Welcome to the intermission. This week, it's just me. Here is what's coming up next. Our next episode of The Cover Story will be available in 2 weeks on March 26th. And then on April 2nd, we'll have a new episode of The House of Graves. We have a new patron to welcome in. Welcome to the Ears Agent Tier J. And just a reminder to everyone else, when you join us at an Ears Agent tier on Patreon, you get to enjoy an exclusive Patreon sticker, access to our Dockers Highlights blooper reel. You get the exclusive Welcome to Their postcard series, their very beautiful, access to Exploding Boys playlist and other music from the show, bonus content that we create such as one-shot exclusives, miniseries, and NPC backstories. Recently, we did one on Catrell. You also get to vote on what content we create next for our patrons. If you'd like to show your support for the show, leave us a rating and review on the Apple Podcast, Spotify, or your listening platform of choice. And tell your friends. Word of mouth is the best way for our show to get noticed. You can follow us on social media. We're on Twitter at Monster Playbook, and we're on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, and Blue Sky Social at Monsters Playbook. Join our Discord. We have listening parties every Tuesday that an episode releases, and we just have a wonderful, friendly community. Thanks, guys. If you're able to, you can show your support monetarily. Subscribe to our Patreon. We also have a merch store, and we also have a Ko-fi page. Links to all of these things and more can be found in our Direct Me profile in this episode's show notes. This week's promo is for our friends at $2 Creature Feature. Season 3 is here! Congratulations! If you're unfamiliar with $2 Creature Feature, they are an actual play Monster of the Week podcast. Let's meet their new characters for Season 3, Atlas.
In a world without magic, a world much like our own, danger still creeps around every corner. But where there's danger, there's always someone willing to take up the risk.
And opens her mouth wide.
God, is there anybody normal in this city at all?
Well, you know me, boys. I do love an apocalyptic event.
Since 2020, $2 Creature Feature has delivered a high-quality Monster of the Week podcast in association with Althaven TTRPG Network. In Season 1, we traveled with Severus Vardy's Traveling Fun Fair. In Season 2, we solved the mystery of what lurks at the heart of Jupiter Hollow. Now, a new team must stand up to the threats that are out of this world. $2 Creature Feature proudly presents Season 3, Atlas.
You can learn more about $2 Creature Feature by following them on Twitter and Instagram at the number $2 spelled out creature. So $2 creature. Or check out the links in our episode's show notes to learn more about them. Now, back to the episode.
What an exit.
Sorry, Theo.
Aw.
I don't know what's going on, as you all can see.
Well, I know that you're doing it out of goodness.
So it sounds like we need to get access to this forge. Do we know who has access to it?
I can get access to it.
I think Mark looks at you. What?
The kind of access that we need from Ro?
I thought you weren't supposed to. Wait. How is Vitalis attached to Magio? Different location?
They're a family in the organization.
They're a different family, but they're more so like the branch of weaponry.
Do I know about you not being around? Like you were told to stay away, right?
No, I wasn't told to stay away.
Maybe I overheard something different. Never mind.
Well, they're scary. Like they are
the mafia in the mafia.
Yeah, they're the more traditional mafia style. Like they're gun runners, but those guns just instead of shooting bullets happen to shoot
magical weapons dealers.
Yeah, weapons dealers.
Living fire. Like they're magical weapons dealers.
I think Mark is gonna say, "Is that safe?"
Is what safe?
You said you have an in there. Like, is that safe?
I don't have an in. I mean, it can get us in.
Well, I think just getting us in is gonna get us on their bad side.
Tommy mentioned something about like if you're an apprentice with them, you might have access to the forge. I don't know if it's some sort of agreement that we need to do to use it one time and one time only, or if it's something that we need longer term access to.
Do you know anybody, Theo, at the forge that we can effectively talk to?
I've dealt with the Vitalis before. I can just tell them that I need to use their forge.
They're going to want to know why, though.
Well, maybe if we have enough money, we don't have to tell them, Anna says.
I mean, you're not wrong. I was thinking to tell them that the deal that we made previously was faulty.
What deal did you make previously?
Theo's gonna summon, or at least try to summon the 2 swords. Scimitars.
Roll it.
9.
So yeah, you reach behind you and you pull out 2 scimitars, one of them gray.
What is Mark doing?
It's a question
The
for
other
you.
Mark.
Oh.
I think the other Mark is looking at those scimitars and is going, forge and war. Other Mark looks at you, Mark, and goes, she wants you to make a weapon.
Well, that's what we're kind of assuming.
I mean, that's what a forge is.
A weapon for war, which she hasn't said what exactly for.
And we do this in our professional career. This is what we do. We are monster hunters, yes.
Also a reporter.
You don't have to rub it in.
You know, they're probably hiring at the Tuba if you want a job.
Wait.
They're always looking for a new intern.
I already work at the Tuba. I'm Mark Clayton.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I see what you're doing. No, you can, that's my role.
What? Why not?
I mean, hold on a minute, guys. Can he be part of our crew?
What?
Can he do anything?
No offense, Anna says.
I mean, can he keep himself safe? Like, I would hate for something to happen to him.
I mean, not like the Clockwork Child, or like, I don't know. Like, I feel like we have enough operations happening.
I can hear you.
Are you trying to get him a job or work with us on our types of jobs? There's a difference.
Working around us, helping be our ears. I don't know. Just something to help our I don't know, guys. I'm just, why am I the way that I am?
I mean, I think Kira's like, well, I mean, the Dawnbreak could always use more bodies, people to investigate. We have
maybe he could apprentice under Gad.
Oh.
Reaction. Oh.
Gad could use some help, right?
Oh, yeah. What sort of skills do you have?
Just wait a minute. Okay, listen, Mark. There's other Mark. There is going to be a lot of weird.
Your other Mark.
I'm the other Mark. There's a lot of weird stuff that you probably haven't run into, and this would be very eye-opening and can be potentially dangerous. So, if you're okay with that, Mom, is that okay?
Did you inherit any magic from your mom?
Our kind of magic doesn't work like that, she says.
Also, has Mom talked to other Mark about anything magic related or like outside of what?
Doubtful. The way I have envisioned it, other than like probably doing straight up exercises, your mom likely has not done magic in a major way since she brought you back.
It would be mostly research, doing investigations. Our investigations team is small, but it's growing. If you wanted to chip in.
But you could be really valuable to the team if you did that.
I can't promise that the pay will be great, but you will be paid.
Do you want him to do this?
Me?
The group. Because I'm wanting to figure out
how this roll.
Who will roll manipulate someone and who will roll help out?
I think Kira would roll help out because Mark is the one that's really kind of helming this, trying to get him a job.
Mark roll manipulate someone. Kira roll help out.
This feels like a bad idea.
He's just going to investigate. He can do it from home. Well, Kira rolled a 14 advanced move.
You were rolling manipulate somebody, and now it's a 12. God damn it, Kira.
Yeah, and sorry. And she's got helping hand too, so it would be +2.
Oh boy, what did we just do?
Oh, you know, we're offering flexible work environments. You can work from home if you want. We'll get you a laptop or something.
Do I get to carry a gun?
No.
Aw.
Just straight up, no.
Kira and Samantha said that at exactly the same time. No.
Oh, and I think Mark just like is awkward in the silence for a second, and he's like, but there's some cool gadgets that there might be that you'll be logging or.
I like gadgets.
We'll figure out what your shtick is, and then we'll get you in the right research team. We'll hash out these details later. Back to the situation at hand.
Okay.
Theo, you were saying you think you can get in with the Tallis brothers with these, telling them that the deal that they had made with you was less than 100%.
Ideal.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the only concern that I have is that I'm guessing that they also noticed something is off. And she'll kind of gesture at the air. But I feel like a member of the Magio may be a little bit more...
Well, okay. I mean, if we can at least get in there, at the very least, you can, while you're there, if you can observe, find out information. If it doesn't work out, do a little recon, see what you can find out.
Wait, information on what? I thought we want to get to the forge, right?
If there's other people who have access that we could talk to, if there's some blind spot that they're not seeing that we could sneak in and get access to, I don't know. Ideally, we would just get permission to use it, but they're going to probably want a price for it beyond just money, if this is indeed their prized possession.
Mark, you hear a familiar voice making a poor imitation of the ring of a cell phone in your head. Ring-a-doo.
Catriel?
Hey. Oh, hi. There's a guy.
Are you okay?
I did the part where I hide. He's knocking a lot. Like a lot.
Guys, we gotta go. Now. And I think Mark is going to shadow step to the house.
Where in the house?
Basement.
Okay.
Catriel, where are you?
Under the kitchen rectangle table. She's in one of the cupboards in the kitchen island.
Stay there. Don't make a move. And Mark is going to come up the stairs. Mark is going to go incorporeal.
Yeah. Which, remember, doesn't mean invisible.
Right. And I think he's going to, because I imagine the stairwell going up and it's behind kind of where the cabinets are and stuff like that on that back wall.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's going to come up and go towards one of the corners and just kind of peek out of the cupboards or whatever. So he's coming up the stairs, going where the cupboards are, through the cupboards, and then kind of over around that middle island. So he can just kind of peek around towards the door and the window. And I'm assuming he has drapes on his windows.
Yep.
And there's just kind of a little slit and he's going to look behind it.
Roll read a bad situation.
10.
Okay. You get 3 questions.
What is it?
So I think you can see sort of through the slit in the curtains that there is a very tall man. You don't get much about him except that he has a long, heavy, expensive-looking coat and long, slick-back, oily hair.
Okay. Do I see a vehicle?
Yes. You see a very small 2-seater BMW convertible.
I think as he sees that, he's going to reach out telepathically to Theo. What color is the car?
Dark green.
Do you know of a dark green BMW?
Do I?
No.
No, I don't know the green BMW. What do you see? You kind of just left us all here, by the way.
There's a guy outside my house. He drove up in a green BMW and long, black, slick back hair, tall guy, knocking really hard at my door.
Does that description ring any bells with Theo?
Roll plus sharp.
Sounds like a lot of people.
Yeah, it sounds a lot like a lot of people.
I think Mark is so focused on it that he doesn't really explain it very well. And then, do I notice, is he armed at all?
I want to know Theo's thing.
Okay.
10.
The twins had a sketch of hair like that when they were sketching out who was at the meetings that your father was having.
Wait, so do I know who this is, or do I have a name?
Well, the name that they had written next to him was Welliver, so you know that he's on that whatever council it is that your father was meeting with. That's about it.
I don't know a lot about him, but it sounds like he's part of the Magio, part of the Midnight Council. His name is Welliver.
The other thing I want to point out about the sketch that the twins had, and you can't tell if they were... It was in sort of chibi style, if you're familiar, where it looked sort of cutesy and cartoony. You can't tell if they were being silly or literal, but he did appear to have fangs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, great.
Just gonna throw this last bit in. He might be a vampire.
All right. I am going to try...
I want to answer your question, Mark, as far as is he armed?
I think he's got fangs.
Yeah, you can't tell because his long jacket is very long and very thick, but he does have...
Do I sense spirit energy, or is he dead?
Oh yeah, not from him, from 2 sort of invisible hulking figures behind him.
Oh boy. What do they look like? Out of curiosity. Are they just these glowing ethereal kind of.
They look like giant gorillas.
Isn't that kind of a... Oh, that sounds like the Reaper.
Yeah. I was going to say, this is like
what was happening with Deacon. Remember there was that creature that was coming after you, Theo? It's kind of ape-like, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to keep my lock on him and just reach out telepathically. Can I help you?
Ah, how convenient. You have something that ought to belong to me and mine. I would like her returned.
What could I possibly have that you would want?
The future of a legacy. I'm connected to your mind, boy. Don't feign ignorance.
I'll help, but you gotta tell me what you're looking for.
Our moon. Our all-seer. You don't know how much time and effort we spent into ensuring her existence, and now... Well, you're a bit of a thorn in our side now. And there are two ways to deal with thorns. They can be coaxed out, or they can be pulled. Your choice, Thorn.
Is he just talking about the fact that we cut off the source to...
He's talking about Theo.
Unclear. He's talking about Theo. He wants you to give her back to him. I would joke about that you have a fine home and it would be a shame if something happened to it, but I don't think it would. I would love to burn this hovel to the ground. I'd be doing you a favor.
You burn. Okay.
I think Mark gets a text. Kira's like, what's going on? What's happening? What's going on?
Can Theo use magic and do something beyond human limitations? And I'm kind of wondering if I could do it on multiple people.
It depends what you mean by that, but maybe.
I'm going to telepathically connect to everyone at the house and be like, guys, I need all of you here as soon as you can, except for Theo.
You're going to have to roll manipulate someone on that.
9.
If you don't go, Theo, you will mark experience.
I rolled a 12 advanced move. I was rolling use magic. I think that Theo's just going to simply say no and cast fly on myself, Yano, and Anna. Yeah.
Lowry could carry me.
Or you could fly yourself. Plus then you don't have to walk. I'm assuming it would be a little easier.
One of my questions for this thing, if I still have questions, do I still have a question?
You still have one question.
What is this thing afraid of?
Ooh.
Because I want Catriel to work her magic.
Silver.
He's a werewolf.
I didn't say that.
So I think some white light, like when you blow on a dandelion, Theo will blow out of her hand at Yano and Anna, and then almost like sprinkle it on herself.
And I think after I determine that, I remotely connect everybody again and just say, and bring silver.
Got it.
In the weapon variety.
What kind of gun does Anna have? You have a shotgun, huh?
She's got a shotgun, but she does have, I think, a perk to enchanting weapons. I'm wondering if she could enchant her bullets to be silver.
We'll use magic.
What kind of gun does Yano have?
10.
I think he's got a hunting rifle, he's got a sawed-off shotgun, and he's got a snub-nosed six-shooter. So Anna, you're able to enchant whatever 4 rounds of your shotgun shells. Imbue them not quite with silver, but with the energy of silver that will sort of simulate the weakness. So Theo and Yano and Lowry and Anna will be able to fly off from Mark's mom's house towards Mark's own house.
Kira can fly too.
Kira can also fly.
I've always been able to fly.
So you guys are going to fly off, all equipped, and
So do you go from door to door and burn people's houses down that you don't like? Is that what I'm gathering? Also, do you need those 2 goons next to you, or you can't handle this yourself? What's going on?
You see him take a few steps away from the door and sort of look up off into something invisible and nod towards the door. And then one of these forms will sort of step forward and come into a more physical form of being. And you can see, it's like it's shaped and moves like a giant gorilla, but it appears to be composed about 70% out of stone and crystal. And it winds up and hurls one of its fists at your front door. So, who's flying in the lead?
Well, I might argue potentially how she rolls Anna, because she does have a move called, oh no!
Roll that. That's the thing where when something bad is happening somewhere you aren't.
Yes, when you suspect someone's in trouble and you need to get to them in time to help, roll plus sharp.
Okay, roll plus sharp.
I was going to argue depending on how Anna rolls, Theo will be close behind Anna since she identified who's at Mark's door.
All right. Well, this is plus sharp, so
It's gonna go great.
8. So you arrive, but you pick one option from the list below, and the keeper picks one also. And the list is great, you guys.
For some reason, I could sense sarcasm in your voice.
I didn't. I think it's gonna be great.
I think Anna will choose you have to sacrifice something important to do so.
So, here's what I think. With that roll, you picked you must sacrifice something important to do so. I picked you had to leave someone behind. You can get there in no time. You rocket ahead of everybody else. I think in order to get that burst of speed, all of your conventional weapons will be lost.
Oh, so have to leave something behind?
Sacrificing something important.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And you leave everyone in the group behind. So they
In
will
the
be
dust.
here
Okay.
in a couple of minutes.
So I have no physical weapons,
Yes.
but I got my fists and I got my cold magic.
And you land outside and you see this like sort of hulking, shimmering form pounding on Mark's door. And then you see this guy, in like a really thick, expensive looking long coat with long, slick back dark hair. And as you land, he will definitely turn to look at you, sort of confused. You're not who I'm here for.
Good afternoon, sir. New to the neighborhood?
Your friends meet my friends.
Nice to meet you. I'm Anna. And she goes and she's gonna blast him with ice.
Roll kick some ass.
And I think Mark's gonna go into his terrifying form again.
10.
Pick your advantage.
Force them where I want them, and where I want him is to freeze him in place with my ice magic. Restrain him.
Snare him, as they say.
Okay, so you do that. You fire a burst of this ice magic at one of his feet, which does seem to create a sort of icy case around it. And then something that you didn't see before socks you in the head.
Oh, boy.
And like lays you out.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yep. There's some invisible.
You will take 3 harm.
Okay, minus armor.
Yeah.
All right.
And you are down. Mark, tell me about this terrifying form.
Oh, the terrifying form that I was in previously. How did you describe it? You described it. This is when I was in the restaurant, and I created the terrifying form. I can't remember what it was.
Which restaurant?
When we went to the buffet restaurant, I think that Chinese
recently,
maybe.
and I scared the shit out of the guy, and he went running.
I think you had made Mark look as if he had in that one vision that we had when we were what we looked like in Craig Throat's reality.
Yeah, okay. That will have to be a use magic roll.
11.
So yeah, you step out and you create basically jets of flames coming out of your back that look like fiery wings.
Is he standing directly in front of the door? Or is he back away a little bit?
The guy himself is back a ways.
I think Mark is just gonna walk towards the door, but he's incorporeal when he starts, and then he just appears as he walks to the door, and he's like walking right at this guy.
Roll act under pressure, Mark.
9.
So the thing that is pounding down your front door takes another swing as you step out from your front door.
Oh, that's right. He was swinging.
You can eat this and remain terrifying, or you can dodge it and let the illusion drop.
I'm gonna eat it.
This fist, thinking it's trying to break down the physical threshold of a home, slams into you, and you'll take 3 harm minus any armor that you have. And you just like, your flaming eyes and this aura of flame around you and your flaming fiery wings just get shoved up against the door. And the thing kind of looks at you like,
I think Mark, in his head, he's like, ow. But in reality,
but just in that way where when you drop something and you go, ow. Am I the only one?
And I think he's gonna look at him and just kind of smirk a little bit, and then I'm gonna roll kick some ass after that.
All right.
And I'm gonna do basically a flame punch into this thing's chest. 11.
Pick your advantage.
Do more harm.
All right.
Scare the shit out of this guy.
So yeah, you like sort of pinned by this fist. The fist is basically the size of your entire torso. You reel back, set your hand on fire, and bury it in this semi-corporeal hulking thing. Not to make everything you do inspired by anime, Mark, but you like thrust the punch in, and then after just a second, there's like this explosion of fire out of the back of it.
It's fucking awesome.
Pulls its fist away from you and starts trying to pat out the fire on its back.
And then I with him occupied with his situation, I cock my head to the guy that was knocking at the door, be like, "You're next."
Anna, you had something to say?
I think after Anna gets hit by whatever this invisible thing is, she wants to try to use Spirit Touched.
Okay.
To see what the fuck's going on.
Catriel could use a little help here. Be big and scary.
Anna rolled a 9 for a Spirit Touched. You can either sense them fully, but they notice you too, or you sense only impressions. I think she wants to sense them fully.
Okay. They are lesser giants. When you look at them in their true form, you can see they each have like thick, bushy hair, basically a mane. They have long beards. And you are aware that as long as they walk on the ground where they were born, they are immortal. The other thing that you know, though, is that they are simple. No real agenda of their own or ethics or imagination. And they have scaly skin and lizard tails.
Is this like the same creature that we had encountered before when we were dealing with Deacon? Like those spirits that like Theo had to kind of describe, to think that were like she could see.
So I think they can see you seeing them.
Yeah.
The man with the long hair sees you seeing them as well and turns to look at you and is like, interesting. Proper Greek giants.
Giants, okay. Neat.
But I mean, the sort of form that they're in, man, you can always tell when I'm playing what From Software game I'm playing. The form that they're in, they're like, it's sort of their essence that's been summoned. Like he or someone on his payroll has sort of woven them out of myth itself. They're not strictly real. They're also not strictly ghosts.
Okay.
They've been summoned here, is the way I'll put it, which is itself a bit of a clip. Mark, you wanted Catrell to get out here and do something terrifying.
Yes.
But I have a really good idea for what Catrell does. Uh-oh. But you aren't going to like it.
I was like, I feel like she's going to do something that we're not going to like.
Yeah. So to the right of the front door is a large living room window. That window explodes out into your yard.
What the hell?
And as though in slow motion, you can see that what has broken it is that like a bullet, Catrell, wrapped in her wings, has thrown herself through, and she like rotates in the air and extends all 4 of her wings and then towards these 2 spirit things and this man with the long hair and you two. She flaps all of her wings as hard as she can and sends a hail of shattered shards of glass at all of you. Mark and Anna roll act under pressure.
-1 for Anna, right? Or, well, she's got the wings, but she's got knocked out, so she's on the ground.
I think, well, and you still have like flight cast on you, so I would consider that -1 to be moot for now. That you could like go up or flatten yourself to the ground.
10 for Anna.
6 for Mark.
Oh no.
Did you say 6, Mark?
Yeah. Well, this ought to be interesting.
Well, I think the good news, Mark. Well, this would do 2 harm, but I think that's as much armor as you have.
Okay.
I mean, sort of on your legs and chest, it will sort of bury itself into a kind of ethereal layer of invisible force. And so you will just for a minute have shards of glass floating in front of you.
Uh-huh.
You will get a couple that sort of slash and bury themselves into your head. They're more troublesome than anything else. Stumble backwards from it. But so too does this man with the long hair. Just gets pelted with this. A bunch of them bury themselves into his thick, expensive coat. One of them actually slices off several inches of his hair on the left side of his head and also gives him quite a slash on that side of his cheek. And he looks furiously at Catrell. I think the thing that was trying to put out the fire that you had punched, Mark, is now fully cowering. And Anna, you either shot to the sky and avoided it or flattened yourself to the ground and avoided it. Your call.
I think she flies into the air, out of their reach, hopefully.
I think I'm telepathically going to be like, careful, I have glass in my head now.
Yeah, and Anna's going to start drawing some sigils in the air, and she's going to take some time to do one of her abjuration effects if she can.
I want to get this guy for questioning though.
That's fine, because what I'm doing won't affect him.
Which abjuration effect?
Stop something from using magic or disrupt another's use magic attempt. I want to dispel this summoned creatures.
It will take you quite some time indeed.
Could I do it as a just use magic roll instead of an abjuration thing?
You can banish a spirit or a curse from the person.
That's an effect you can use it as magic.
Okay, you could target one of these things and do that.
Okay, well then she will do that.
Okay, roll use magic.
11.
Okay. Tell me what happens.
Yeah, I think she shoots up into the air and she kind of just does like a quick and dirty version of what she would normally do. But she draws like kind of a little sigil in the air. I think it's blue. Then I think she kind of just like punches it, which like activates it. And then I think she grabs the energy and hurls it towards one of these things.
Okay. Because of the nature of Anna's magic, I think that thing kind of tries to dodge out of the way, but this sort of physical disc of magic comes down on it and slices off, like lands on its slithery serpent's tail, cutting it off, and the thing begins to bawl like a child. Like a little kid who skinned his knee. And he's like, he's kind of looking around for something to help, and there's these big,
why is it awful?
pathetic tears in its eyes, and then it will poof away.
Okay.
The other one is gritting its teeth and looking at you, Mark, and the man with the long hair is pointing a finger up at you, Anna, as Theo, Yano, and Kira and Lowry arrive.
Okay, so we're all here. If anybody else has anything, Kira wants to do something.
Go ahead.
What's Kira want to do?
I would like to say, with using her woman with a plan roll, Kira has some silver chains that I think she had in her car that she brought with.
Okay.
That she probably borrowed from the Sparks brothers previously.
Okay.
And she's gonna try to whip it and like get it around this guy.
I think I want it to be a kick some ass.
Well, 11.
Okay, pick your advantage.
Force them where I want them, I think, if I'm trying to contain him.
So I think the method of doing that is going to be a little bit protracted because, and I'm just going to narrate this bit of the fight. You fly in and you hurl this chain at him, and he will grab it, wrap it around his wrist, and throw you down, which will send a bunch of dirt and dust flying up into the air. And when it clears, there is not a man with long hair and a thick coat standing there anymore. There is, in fact, a minotaur.
Neat. Not a werewolf, guys. It's a fucking minotaur.
I thought he was afraid of salt.
Apparently it works for minotaurs too.
And then he will throw you via the chain towards the remaining standing giant, who will, two-fisted, slam you into the ground.
Can I protect someone?
Roll it.
It's okay. That's a 9.
Okay, tell me how you want to protect Kira while taking some or all of the harm meant for her.
The first thought that popped into my head is to somehow like break the chain so that like Kira is not pulled towards like the giant.
Don't break the chain! I'm gonna get him!
And I was thinking that I would do it by using a blast of force magic.
Okay, I figured. Okay. So yeah, Theo, you like also flight your way over. And I like to imagine this as a kind of, you put an immense amount of force energy into a very teeny tiny point at the tip of one of your fingers, and then unleash all of it at a very key part in one of the links of this chain, which does shatter it and throw Kira clear. So she tumbles through Mark's lawn, and then two huge giant fists come down on you.
Cool. I love that.
It's going to be 4 harm.
Okay.
Jesus.
Minus any armor you have.
How much armor does Theo have?
I have 1.
Okay, get out of there. So does the chain not wrap around him at all then?
Well, it does because the roll still worked, and so you still got that. So I'm going to have you act under pressure to get back to it, to recover from this.
12 advancement.
All right, yeah. So you get hurled through Mark's lawn, skid yourself up into one of those like 3-point landings, and then flap your wings, throwing up a bunch of petals of flowers that flatten themselves against Mark's house siding and windows. And then you just sail towards this now dangling bit of chain, which you grab and then use all of your momentum and the fact that he wrapped it around his wrist to nail him in place.
Okay.
Can I use some magic?
Yeah, to do what?
I want to use some force magic to essentially create a circle of force around this giant's neck and squeeze.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Stop any oxygen coming to him and hopefully pass him out.
Roll use magic.
10. After it slammed down on Theo, she's just gonna like reach her hand out, squeeze with her hand, forming some force around its neck, and it just tightens and tightens and tightens around its neck.
So yeah, you see this spectral giant like raise up one of its fists, and then this like swirling vortex of air and force shows up around its head, and it like looks away from you and looks around confused, and then starts slamming its enormous fists against its own head basically, but just hitting as though there's some kind of safe around its head, and then it drops to its knees, still weakly pounding, and then it falls face down. The Minotaur will exhale bullishly, bare its spiky teeth, open its spiky maw, and put its right hand into its own mouth and bite down hard.
Are they using magic?
No. And you can hear the squelch and snap of flesh and bone. It is biting off its own hand.
To try to like free itself?
Oh.
Yes.
Can Anna try to do that sleep spell that she found to knock him out?
She could try.
10. Shh, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
Don't you dare. So it's like one casting of this is not going to be enough. This is a big old boy. So you are doing that, and you can see its eyes kind of fluttering, but then it goes and like pushes through it and manages to extricate its right arm from the tangle and starts to wriggle its way out of the chains.
Can I help?
She can help on the next one.
Okay. So I have to cast it again?
Yep.
God damn, this fucking guy's hefty. I guess she'll try again.
Okay. Legs acting up.
Screw you. 8.
And Theo, you can roll help out.
14 advance move.
Hey.
Fuck.
Fuck.
Go to sleep. Sleep. Shh. It's nap time.
It will well and truly get itself like out from under this ring of chains like a mad animal angrily falling asleep. Just like
Quiet now.
it looks like it's going to slam horribly onto the ground, but then there's just the little of the long-haired man's head hitting Mark's lawn.
So he turns back into like a human?
He turns back into a human and he falls asleep. Theo, you get yourself up from out of the Theo-shaped divot in Mark's lawn.
What's the plan? Do we want to interrogate this guy?
Someone is running down the street.
Who is it?
It's Larissa, your neighbor, Mark.
Is she coming towards us?
Yes.
Let's get him inside.
Also, isn't there that giant that's just out here too?
It's invisible.
Oh, okay.
And it's evaporating.
I think Mark is going to kind of de-escalate his look.
That's fair. You can just snap your fingers and stop that.
He just kind of walks out of it.
I want somebody to roll act under pressure to get this guy inside, and I want somebody else to roll help out.
Kira will roll help out.
I think Mark is going to run up to Larissa and say, Larissa! Was that an act under pressure roll?
If Mark is running up to talk to Larissa, Mark is going to be rolling help out.
Okay.
Whoever is going to be moving the long-haired man's body inside of Mark's house, that person roll act under pressure.
Okay. Kira will roll then to act under pressure.
12.
Great. Because Kira rolled an 8.
Is help out advanced? Because that's what you were rolling, Mark.
Yeah, I was like, help out. No, not no to help out.
Okay. So this is a 9.
Okay. So, Mark, you run up to Larissa, who like kind of is looking past you, and you look back to see that what she's looking at is like Kira and probably either Theo or Anna like yanking a dude in through Mark's front door.
Oh no!
I think it might be Theo, and Anna's just like too much to drink, you know.
Sorry, Larissa. It's not safe here. You should go. Do you need something? Sorry.
I thought you needed something. You had quite a predicament.
Help. Did you see the whole thing?
I think she'll look around conspiratorially and be like, what do you mean by whole thing?
We protect people, and there's a situation going on. It was unexpected, and we don't know if it's safe here yet. So
speaking of that, and Anna's actually going to hobble inside.
Yep. We're just getting it cleaned up right now. Sorry that you saw that happen.
I'll have one of my dryads work on your front lawn.
Appreciate it. Let us finish this thing up, and then we'll chat. Sorry, I'll get back to you. I think Mark kind of laughs.
She'll tap her nose conspiratorially, turn back towards her own house, and do a very complicated kind of whistle, and then you'll go inside.
I think Anna is working on creating like a circle to trap him in with one of her abjuration effects.
Okay.
Theo is healing herself.
Roll it.
And to be clear, she's doing this might sting. 9.
Yeah, Anna's going to use one of her abjuration effects.
Okay. So you'll make a little trap for him to wake up in. Any other prep, or do we want him to wake? Do we want to talk to him, or do?
Mark has an oubliette, right?
Yep.
Which is, what is it? What does it do?
It's currently occupied. There's the pocket where I store things that only I can access. That is the oubliette.
So yes, the oubliette is functionally like a no room from Dune, which is a reference we all get.
A room, it's isolated from every kind of monster, spirit magic that you know about. Anything you stash there can't be found, can't do any magic, can't get out.
You probably have used sky magic to construct it, Mark, but it is different from the place you store things, which is like where your slab is right now.
Yeah, it's different.
That is what I need when I need
okay,
it. You have a little pocket dimension in there that you can put things and get them at any time. The oubliette is a physical space here that you can put things that will keep them secret from any monster and isolated from any magic.
So I'm wondering if maybe it actually makes more sense to put this guy there instead of having Anna do her abjuration thing, because that seems more secure to me to put him in the oubliette. I don't know what your thoughts are, Mark. It's your house.
Let's put him in the oubliette.
All right. And Anna will help with Kira to help him in there.
I think Yano will step in and be like, please. And we'll just heft him up, bring him in, and drop him bodily.
I kind of like to imagine that like Yano's like about to do that and Kira's just like, whoop. just
Nope,
fucking
I can do it.
I got it.
It delights me to imagine that the room itself is like 10 foot by 10 foot by 10 foot box, but it appears as though fluffy white clouds on a clear blue sky is being projected on all 6 surfaces of this room. So you throw him in and it sort of looks like he is floating in the sky. And then you shut the door and he can't get out and no one can get him but you guys.
What now?
Well, we probably wait till he's conscious.
Okay. Did he say what he wanted? Theo?
Yeah, he said we were a thorn in his side. He wanted their moon. Can I go search his car?
Yes.
Do you know much about this guy, Theo?
No, I don't know anything about him aside from that he's part of the Magio and part of the Midnight Council.
Can I also, when I'm looking in there, detect or look for something that might be tracking this individual? Like he's out on assignment. If he doesn't come back, other people are going to show up.
Roll Investigative Mystery.
14.
You were able to unlock his cell phone because the password pattern was the shape of a bull's head. And you can see that he's been in a very active group chat.
With whom?
Bennett, Asteri, Isaac.
The council, basically.
Council. Bennett hasn't responded all night. And Welliver and another name, Kosha, are furious with him for doing what they always knew his family would one day do, steal all the power for themselves. So to answer your question, Mark, he is in fact here despite the advisement of his cohorts. He, in this sort of text thread, he was saying things like, well, then I will execute the plan myself. I will see this through. If no one else's blood runs hot enough, let it be mine.
Could I ask a question? I'm wondering if Mark would be able to tell it all in his phone. How did they know about Mark, or like what led them to Mark? Kind of sort of wondering like who potentially told them about Mark, like Mark's connection to Theo.
That's a good point. How'd they know, Johnny?
Because my dad hasn't met Mark.
Nope.
And like there's only like the rest of the family.
There's only like Deacon or my other brother, the twins, my mom,
Jacob,
even Jacob. There's probably a cousin in there.
Isaac found out from Deacon.
Oh, because he took control of Deacon?
With some regularity, it seems.
Bud.
Every couple of years.
Did I find any tracking thing in his vehicle?
No tracking.
It was effectively just his decision to come.
Yes. You have one more question, Mark.
I'll open it to the group. Does anyone have any other questions?
I mean, if you can figure out anything else about what their plan might be.
I was gonna say, is there any like documents or anything outside of his phone that's in his vehicle? Finding McDonald's receipts and shit.
I think you can find some sort of like, I think he had like a merce in his like a satchel, fashion purse in his car. If you're unscrupulous enough, you could have temporary access to some of his funds. but you can tell his name is Welliver Asterion.
Okay.
Which, Theo, you will recognize as the name of the Bull of Minos, the Minotaur. In the same way that your family is named for the centaur Nessos, his family is named for the Bull Asterion.
Is he related to Mother Asteri?
Perhaps distantly. Mother Asteri is more connected to the stars themselves.
Of course she is.
And she also might have had some of her predictions might have put Deacon and Isaac onto Mark. She would have been the family's reader.
Maybe is there any information on the others' whereabouts? Where are they currently?
Can I cash in a question?
You mean save it?
Save it?
I mean, you technically also still have a question for Ro that you haven't asked.
Yeah,
I'm gonna ask about whatever.
Okay. Let's just bypass it because I don't have anything.
Can you give us something, Johnny?
I will tell you that the danger that he represents is at least on hold for now. So you are free.
Cool.
You're back in free roam mode.
Can we try and wake up this guy?
I mean, we definitely can. It might take a bit for the spell to run its course, but he's also a big guy, so I don't know how long it will last. But although, now that I'm thinking about it, as soon as he gets in there, does he wake up? Because it's cut off from all magic.
I'm going to give him a good slap.
All right. Yeah, you put him in there. I think he's the thing that put him to sleep was magic. The thing that was keeping him to sleep was inertia. So you get him in there. Mark slaps him in the face. He snarls awake and he looks around at the small room that you're all in, and he sees that you're all in very close quarters, and he grins and he clenches his teeth and he flexes his whole body as though to transform, and nothing happens.
There's no magic here, bud.
Oops.
He looks at his puny human hands and he snarls again.
So, what can we do for you? You're not going anywhere, so might as well tell us.
Does it please you to destroy everything worthwhile?
I haven't destroyed anything. Stopped you from destroying my house.
Only decades of planning.
Planning for what? Kira says.
The culmination of all the... Why am I talking to you? You're just a person.
And you're just a guy stuck in my house.
I think if that scenario out there was any indication, we're not just people. And if your people have intelligence on us, seemingly quite a bit of intelligence, then you'll know that we are quite capable indeed.
It's quite the conversation you had on your phone.
Theo, you get a little bit of a missive. Just kill him.
Wait, where is she getting this from?
From the stars.
Even though we're in the oubliette?
You did tell me that in my oubliette, the Star King can't reach me. So can the Star King reach me in Mark's oubliette?
I didn't say he couldn't.
All right. Does anyone notice Theo acting weird?
He hasn't done anything yet.
Yeah. I rolled an act under pressure, Johnny, and I got 14.
Jesus Christ.
Well, then you know what? With that, you didn't even hear him. He can't get you here.
God damn it.
Theo is kind of trying to obscure herself from Welliver. But I think Theo's standing behind Kira and Anna and Mark and just maybe half hiding herself behind Yano.
You just peek out from behind Yano. She isn't one of yours, you know.
She isn't anybody's. She's Theo.
Indeed. One of a kind, to be sure. And I'm sure she's had her whole journey of escape and blessed individualism, and I'm sure she's even thought to leave magic and all of us behind, but this isn't her plan. It's his.
Why don't you tell us about this plan? Kira looks him dead in the eye, and I would like her to use Dark Negotiator.
Roll it.
10. It seems like you want to talk about it.
Do you know what the Star King sees?
I'm told a great deal.
The future. He has control over an entire realm of the gateway to the afterworld. His influence is potentially limitless, and what does he do with it? Moves pieces around. When he chose Bennett as his prince, your young Nessos saw his chance.
Bennett is a prince?
Well, not anymore. You saw to that, didn't you?
He's talking about the first.
Ah, there you are. You see the past as well as the future, don't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're what this has all been about. You're phase 2.
Anna's like, was that some fucking MCU shit? What's phase 2? Sorry, please continue.
If the King of the Stars isn't going to use his power responsibly, we will. We took his dominion over the death of life. We've used it to build an empire.
Let me get this straight. You wish to take control over the Star King's power for yourself?
I don't have such hubris as to think that I could house it all in myself. hence the council.
So that's what the goal of the council is, to take over this power.
You all seem quite powerful. Let's say we enter into something of a bargain.
Oh, again with the bargains. Jesus, what is going on?
And Catrell goes like, you mean like a deal?
And how is it exactly that your moon was supposed to do this for you? Help you enter into phase 2?
The reading told us that there would be an all-seer, one who could see anywhere, anytime, past or future. That he'll like lean such that you can see him around Yano's ample figure. I'm told you have his favor, our woman on the inside.
He knows what you're doing. Did you kill my sister?
Oh, there are such villains in your world.
Hey, Johnny.
Uh-huh.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
So, I have plan A and plan B.
Uh-huh.
So I have that memory spell. Would I be able to use it in the way that I could look back into his memories?
Not while we're in here.
Ah, fuck, you're right. Damn it, fuck. So instead, could I shoot him in the leg?
Just totally. Can I just like blow his leg off?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You just do that.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna have you roll it. You just bam, and the noise echoes horribly off of all of these walls.
I want answers.
And he drops to one leg and he's like, This is a trial, Centaur. Do not ask questions you don't want the answer to.
You're right, this is a trial, but you're the one on the stand.
Tell me what happened. Theo like thumbs back the hammer. Her revolver like clicks to load another bullet.
You can just like feel the stillness of Yano behind you.
Stillness how?
Like
is he disapproving or steadying or?
I want that to be ambiguous. The only thing, the reason I bring it up is because he is conspicuously not moving to stop you.
Yeah, I want to walk slowly towards him and I just want to press the barrel of the gun against his forehead, which I think is still warm.
Sure it is. And there's like a light sizzling.
Tell me, what happened to Selena?
I didn't have to kill her. It wouldn't have helped if I did. I didn't have the knack.
What do you mean?
You know where it comes from. You know who took it. You know who he could have taught it to. Oh, such villains. Such villains in your world, little centaur.
Can I just, smack him with this gun?
That's going to be a kick some ass.
Can Kira help out by maybe holding him still? Because I kind of think, he starts doing this, and I think she might, kind of yank his head back so that he's, rigid.
Okay.
Johnny surely hates us.
Don't say I never did nothing for you.
11, which means you get +2 to whatever you rolled.
Okay.
Why +2?
She has helping hands.
Oh, okay. So that'll be an 8.
Okay.
That's what I thought. So you'll pull the gun back, smack him across the face. A spray of blood will go down onto this otherwise placid blue sky, and he will sort of turn down in response to the punch, but still be awake and still be laughing.
Give me a name.
You have it.
Theo's gonna frustratedly walk away.
Give me the name.
Of what?
The name you fear.
I think Kiro kind of jerks him, so he's looking at her. Give her the name. Wants to use Dark Negotiator.
Is that what she wants to use, or does she want to use the other thing?
I can't use the other thing right now.
Roll dark Negotiator.
12.
He grins. About half of his teeth are stained scarlet from the blood in his lips. The king of us all. Bennett. Oh, such villains.
I think Theo's back is turned to him. There are tears welling up in her eyes, and she makes eye contact with Yano.
Mm-hmm.
I think that like the expression on her face is like a plea for help.
What kind of help?
Protection. She feels like she's on the edge of turning and shooting him. And then also just like this overwhelming, drowning feeling of just like sadness and heartbreak. And Theo doesn't know where to put this pain and anger and sadness.
You are shocked out of it by the sound of a gunshot. And Yano is holding a smoking gun towards the now corpse of Williver Asterion, who slumps to the side, still grinning.
I think Kira just kind of puts a hand on Theo's shoulder and squeezes. I don't know what to say.
You don't have to say anything.
I think she might kind of just like hug you from behind.
Yano will be very businesslike, setting about removing this guy's large and long, thick coat and wrapping him up in it like it's a rug. And then once he has that done, he'll like sort of grab one side of it and look at Mark and like just nod, like, can you get the other side?
Yeah. And I think Mark goes and helps him. I think Mark is just kind of like zoning out on this whole situation. He's just like staring because he knows how bad Theo is hurting and just kind of like snaps out of it when Yano like tells him.
And the two of you will move this body out of this room.
We should get out of here.
Theo will nod.
We can go to Dawnbreak. Anna can put up some spells, shield us, and then maybe we can figure out what we want to do next.
I was thinking about going back to Yano's place.
Okay.
I put up some protection spells there, and I have my own oubliette there that I can hide in.
Okay. Can I see your phone really quick?
Yeah. Theo will like find it on her person and give it to you.
I think from her time having worked at Ears, Kira is going to check the phone and make sure that it's not being traced in any way.
Interesting. Yeah, roll read about situation.
I'm so sorry. 14 advanced move.
Jesus.
I think the first thing that you notice, and like you look in the sort of all the apps, and there's just all the normal ones. Then you look in like the sort of activity monitor, and you can see that there is something that is eating up a small but suspicious amount of the CPU. That is an app called CatCat, one of which is spelled with a C and one with a K. You delete that.
Yeah.
The twins got a hold of her phone at some point. We're looking. And then, yeah, you can sort of put some firewalls and some proxies in place.
Okay. I think, yeah, she's kind of just doing this really, really quick. Well, it looks like your sisters got into your phone, but...
What?
Yeah, they're really, really clever name. CatCat. They must have made some sort of app. It's gone now.
Thanks.
This should be clear, so they can't trace you normally.
So my family can't trace me.
What do you want to do next? About your dad, your family? I mean, I think for now we should take a breather. I've got some stuff I need to do. Maybe we can do some research. We do need to talk to the Vitalis family at some point, but...
Shit. Yeah, I should be with you guys to help. I should be helping you instead of just hiding.
Theo doesn't know this, but Mark and Yano are back in the door, leading into this oubliette.
I should help you with Ember. I should help Mark, but they're also...
Do you want to confront them? Do you want to stop hiding? It's going to be painful either way.
It's my family, Kira.
I know. We don't know all the puzzle pieces, but we know some of the big ones. We know what they're trying to do. We know what your dad did. What are you afraid of?
That I'm actually alone.
Theo. I think kind of she just spins you around and kind of like makes you look at like Mark and Yano. And you're not alone. You'll never be alone.
I know I have you, but it's different.
Theo, it's your family.
They're supposed to always be there. They're supposed to always love us.
That's not always the case.
Why?
It's not, there's no reason. They're just, sometimes it's just family can really fuck you over.
It's not fair.
I know.
The only way to find out who actually is that to you is by being honest with them. They're not going to come up to you and do that. You have to initiate that.
I can't face them.
It's a two-way thing. They have to be involved in that decision. And if they're not, it's just not going to work.
Families can fail. Family can be based on blood and not love. Family can betray you, and they forfeit their right to call themselves your family. It's great responsibility, to love someone and to be loved. I am sorry that this father of yours is not worthy to uphold such responsibility. Good news, you have no further responsibility to him.
What am I supposed to do?
He'll walk towards you, put a hand on your shoulder. Move forward. Fight.
What if I can't?
Oh, you can.
What if I'm scared?
You can be scared.
He'll gesture down to the bloodstains on the floor. You can. You can fight, Sorella. It's good to be scared. These fights, they are scary. What is the first thing I told you about your family?
That you're afraid of them?
I fear your family. It's good for Yano to be scared.
What makes us people?
He'll point to Mark, yeah. And what do people do to things which they fear? What do people do to fears which they have? He'll shake you a little bit and be like, overcome. Overcome, Sorella. And then he'll put a finger underneath your chin and pull up your face to look at him. You are not one to hide.
You're strong, Theo. You've always been strong. We've got you.
And he's going to pull you in for a big Italian bear hug. Pull an arm away and sort of beckon everybody else in.
Oh my god.
Yep. Yeah, shit's happening.
Come.
No.
Even and especially little Catrell
Yeah.
nestles herself into your side. As she probably whispers to you, Theo, if it helps, I'm scared of you. Well then, to your dawn break, to move forward.
Moving forward.
He looks to Theo for sort of confirmation.
Theo will nod forward.
Executive producer Jonny Grubb. This has been The Monsters Playbook, featuring
Detjen-Wander as Mark Clayton.
Lauren Johnson as Anna and Kira Ashwood.
Miah Detjen-Wander as Theo Nessos.
and Jonny Grubb as literally everybody else. Our theme song is by me, Jonny Grubb. The Monsters Playbook is produced and engineered by Miah Detjen-Wander and edited by Miah Detjen-Wander and Lauren Johnson. If you like this episode, please tell a friend. We love friends. You can find the Monsters Playbook on the social network of your choice. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, and now on Blue Sky. You can also hang out with us on Discord, and if you like what we're doing, please consider supporting us on Patreon. We'll see you next episode where, as always, I'll have some good news and some bad news. Thanks for listening.
Theo will nod forward.
All right, how do we get out of here, Mark?
Executive producer John. Executive producer, what my name is.
Oh my god!
Executive producer Jonny Grubb.
Executive jerk.
Executive for Grubb Jonny producer.